audio.
We're doing the slavers thing.
Sorta. Yeah, I mean, I'm using it as a base. Guys, we should be live now. You should be able to hear us, see us. And God, please don't have the extension that allows you to smell us. But yeah, here we are. Here we are with another first edition Dungeons and Dragons game. Anyone listening to the channel, please let me know how the audio levels are. Always hard to figure out. We got a new player tonight, so let us go ahead and start off with roll call. Jeff, who you playing? What levels are they?
Okay, I am playing Talina. Talina is from Radek, and she is a second level fighter, third level druid. She is a human dual class. She was a warrior who got the message and became a druid.
Yes, and we're going to introduce you as druid, human, become slave. Because that's what we're playing. Oak.
Hey, this is Oak. I'll be playing Thybor, the level 6 half-orc fighter.
Dion.
Yep, that's me, and I'm playing Patty Arquette, the level 5 barbarian.
Indeed. Friendin back with us tonight.
Hi, I'm back, and I'm playing Groanwolf, who's a level 5 magic user, level 1 cleric, and level 100 foppish elf.
It's the foppish elf that really sells the character, honestly.
I think so.
Yeah. And Richard.
Hi there, I am playing Tristan, the human-born, dragon-raised, remuneration, redistribution specialist of level 6.
Indeed. So, last session, you guys were able to get out of the slave lord's fortress, stealing away after finding some vital information that you'd like to get back to those in charge, who also seem to be those who might be behind some of these slave raids going on. So last session, you managed to put into effect a marvelous plan to get down to the river with one wagon intact that you hope to float down. So we'll take up there. So you guys are right here. You made it to the bend in the river, and putting two and two together, you guys are thinking that the Griffin riders that made the attacks on the slaver ships a few episodes ago likely came from Selene. So you're hoping to make your way up there, finding someone that is mutually antagonistic to these slavers, perhaps. I don't know if I had anyone roll to find out what they knew about Selene, so let's just kick that off. As you're discussing by the riverside, as you're getting the wagon river-worthy, just everybody make me an intelligence check. So let's see what people know about Selene. Not you yet, Jeff. We will get you introduced here in a moment.
Fantastic, no problem.
And it looks like I forgot to put your name on your square as well. So, guys, the square to the right of me is Jeff. So, Tristan, Thybor, Dion, I'm sure that's lower than your intelligence. Those are all fairly low successes. You have a high? You rolled a 7 out of how much?
Yeah, I have an int of 8.
Oh, so well, it's high for you, but not high in the grand scheme of things.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah. So if you hit your number, so this is one of my table rules, Jeff. When we're doing stat checks, it's blackjack rules. You want to roll under your stat. Equal to is like that. We would call that a high or a very good critical success. And then depending on how high it is, you're either going to get a low, medium, or high success, right? So these guys all made essentially low successes. So only thing that any of you know for sure about Selene is that it's colloquially called the Fairy Kingdom. It's populated primarily by elves. Okay, so that's really the only thing you know.
Whole city like Friendon.
Yes, it's going to be puntastic. A whole kingdom of elven punsters. Just shoot yourselves now. Get it over with.
I mean, I did find a gun a session or two ago.
You
so
did?
That possibility
You did.
is there.
All right, guys. So you are here at the bend of the river. The river does run down from the mountains, so you would be going with the flow. The wagon is certainly not intended to be floated down the river. but with a little bit of craft, you guys are able to shore it up well enough that it's not going to sink immediately, and you're able to get yourselves on. We're going to say at this point, though, that Odette, Jeff, is another player that plays alternating to Friendon. She has her lizard, so she's going to go overland. Sorry, so she's decided to go overland, so she's going to scout ahead, and you guys are going to go by river. All right, so
Is it?
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is it helpful if I'm out in the water helping float the thing? Because I have swimming as a proficiency.
It's up to you,
So I
but
could,
your
like,
strong back and arms are probably going to be better suited to cutting down that tree over there and whittling an oar out of it, so that you're able to, better move yourself. But yeah,
I like
point
that idea.
point in case you can in fact swim. That's always good. Yeah, so you guys jump in. Let's assume that you got at least 2 people on oars and you made like a very crude rudder. So who's oaring and who's steering?
I would
I'll
love to steer. a boat.
You're doomed. Doomed! Right. Grownwolf is on the really, really crude tiller. You got who's oaring. Patty, you probably grabbed an oar. Who's on the other one? Fiber.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah. Compare
Okay.
our muscles and go. Yep.
Yeah. And what did you do with the undead torso and head, by the way?
Still with us, I assume.
He's actually the crude rudder.
Okay.
Oh, wait, somebody looked at us last time because they were tracking us.
Yes.
Yes, that is where we left off. They looked at.
Yeah, you're being
Was it
tracked
me?
somehow. You know that you're being tracked somehow.
Was it me they were looking at when we asked
Yeah,
how are you
Yeah.
tracking us?
Yep. You wanted to give that some thought
I
before we go
Pat
forward?
myself down. What have I got on myself?
Well, you tell me what's on you.
I don't know that I picked up any,
A
anything
small
during
iron
that
box was the last thing you picked up.
one. Yeah. Alright, so they're tracking the iron box. Do we want to keep this box?
That's why they're following?
Well, it's the only thing I've picked up from that place, unless it was in like some food from the wagons that we ate, for instance, rations or something.
I extend my hand to take the box.
What are you gonna do with the box?
Put it far away.
Well, that's the question. Do we want to put it far away?
Yeah, you haven't been able to open the box yet. It has a very intricate lock.
We don't know what's in the box. It could be exciting. It could be something. Could be another box, a smaller box.
I do like something most of the time. What if we were to, now I know I'm a bit brainy, but what if we were to take the box and just smash it against something really hard over and over again?
I pick up my maul. Like, yes.
It might break what's inside, but yeah, it might be the only way. It might. I don't know if it's the box itself that they're tracking or the thing inside the box.
Make a good point.
Where's our magic user? Oh
Yeah,
wait, that's you.
That's me.
You're right here. When did
Yeah.
you get here?
Yeah. Roughly one adventure of mine ago, more or
Yeah.
less.
Do you have detect magic?
I believe I only have read magic. Let me double check.
Okay.
I have detect magic.
Yes, yes. Dion's barbarian instincts tells him that he really doesn't like this iron box.
No, I literally do have detect
Yes,
magic.
yeah.
I have a 25%
Okay.
chance of detecting magic other than illusion
Perfect, because
phantasm.
I only have read magic.
Right.
so-
So go ahead, and give me a roll. Let's
Alright.
see if you make 25 or less on it.
Yeah. Wait, what is this? It's 25 base. Each level I'm gained beyond first, I gain an additional 5%, so it's
Yeah.
45% actually.
Go
Okay.
ahead, give it a roll.
Alright.
And just to be
Alright,
clear,
let's
what
do
this
it.
what this power does for a
Aw.
barbarian is it's a natural instinct to fear and distrust the thing that's magical.
It's fair.
Yeah. You know what? Because of our gracious donation earlier, I'm
You're
re-rolling
going
this.
to do a reroll, right?
I'm re-rolling delicious.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
I'm just
Oh.
eating it. That's fine. It's fine. I can't tell.
Right. So
I just stare at it and I look at it real close. I squint at it, lean in, and go, "Teach me your magics." And I just stare at it and nothing happens. And I
Yeah.
just slowly go back away from it.
so since Patty is new to the party, actually, what does Patty think about Grown Wolf that just kind of steps out of shadows and disappears and reappears?
I lean over to him after it registers because it took a little bit because I'm a little dumb. And I whisper in his ear, "Teach me your magic." And just lean back as if I didn't say anything. And just continue on staring off into space.
I mean, I'm glad that you're talking at least. I mean, that seems good. Your voice is magical, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. What do you want to do? You think maybe it's the iron box, maybe it's not. But Tristan, it is the last thing that you retrieved that you can think of. Unless someone has just marked you in some other way.
Well, I mean, if if we leave this behind, then they'll find it and dig it up, or wherever it is. So we'll never find out what exciting things are inside it. Either we take it with us and hopefully outrun their attacks, or we leave it behind.
Leave.
I mean, worst case, we have a party coming up. I do enjoy when people try to kill us. They usually don't. I mean, odds are they won't, based on past precedent. Could be fun, could be loot involved. I'm for keeping the box. It's a comely box. Look at that box. It's lovely.
Well, that's one each. Count one on each hand.
Well,
What about
break
you?
it open. Let's see what's in it.
You want to break it open?
Well, if you're going to get rid of it if it's being tracked, and you're worried about breaking something in it, then you might as well open it up.
Pick up my mace again, really excited.
Need to open it carefully.
Uh-huh.
You have a
Foaming
smaller
at the mouth.
Smaller hammer?
I turn it upside down and I have the handle first. Uh-huh.
I pull from my bag a tiny miniature hammer. It's a war hammer that's an inch tall. Use this one.
All right, you gonna bash it open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gently.
So yeah, gently. So instead of strength, do you
Yeah.
have a dexterity bonus?
Oh yeah, I have a +3.
Not a problem. You can easily just basically shatter the hinges on it. Surprisingly, the lock stays intact, and you do have to kind of wrench it apart because the lock is just so well made in the front, but you do. And so there are a few things inside. Well, first thing that happens though is make me a save versus spell.
Yes, sir.
And
That's
was
what I do
how
anyway.
close was everyone else? Not that that's a leading question.
I would be curious and standing. I'm a ham and I need to know. I need
Yeah.
I was
me
3
too.
of 10.
I am eating another reroll. No, thank you. Oh my god, this is great.
Oh man,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
the dice gods just really don't like
Damn,
Patty today.
They really.
Okay, well, Patty, there is a small explosion as bits of the iron embed themselves in your arms and face, take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Everyone else that are nearby do not have to make a save versus spell, but you guys do catch some shrapnel, 2 points worth.
So I
there-
take 8, you said, right?
You take 8. Everyone else takes
Alright.
2.
Patty's looking a little rough. Like he's not too bloody yet, but getting there.
Yep. And Tristan, by the degree of the explosion, you see what's raining down is basically just a confetti of paper. You think that the spell or the trap was not meant to kill the person opening it. Instead, it was done to destroy the paperwork that was inside. So there were several scrolls inside that are just so much confetti on the wind now. The one surviving thing is a small leathered pouch that's pretty ripped up. But inside are, you remember the tokens that you guys found? That all right. So the same thing, but these are gemstones that have been cut very oddly. So Tristan, to your mind, it's devalued the stones because they've been faceted so that they've got a very flat edge on them, and some of those same sigils are carved into the gem's flat face, and those survived.
They
Do
weren't
they-
magical symbols, were they? They were just representations of
From what you guys had determined, they were representations of people that are buying the slaves. Tokens.
Do these correspond to any of the token symbols?
Yeah, they do. You've got 5 in here, and it's not all the same gemstone too. So you're not sure what to make of that. The gemstones may correspond to something else, but none of them are particularly very high value stones. So like you've got like jade, you've got sapphire, a bit of black onyx. There are 5 of them in total.
We
Well,
kinda-
if I was tracking anything, it would be these pretty stones, I would guess.
I extend my hand again to take them.
I mean, you took the last hit for us. I don't see why you shouldn't take the next. And I hand the stones over to you.
Okay. Who was carrying the tokens? The wooden
I
tokens?
think I was. I think
Alright.
I had the scrolls and the tokens.
So let's say that you sort through and you pull out the 5 that are represented on these gemstones so that you know what they were.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I made etchings too, so I'll
Mhm.
probably do that real quickly. Just keep it with it if we are gonna ditch the stones.
Do I get rid of them now?
I mean, I'm not the best at detecting magic, so I don't know that these are the problem, but it seems logical that between the scrolls...
Patty, this is a new thing. If you want to roll
Okay.
again, you can.
Alright, 45%. Let's go. 33.
The
That's
gems are not magical.
low. I stare at them and I go, teach me your magics. And I look at the group and I go, no magic.
I mean, good enough for me. You know, seems open and shut, really.
I sniff it, I lick one of them briefly and kind of hold one up through the light, you know, and no.
I mean, I tend to chest my magic by eating it too, so...
I give you
seems-
back the stones. Is there like a box that's still like a shell of the box?
No, it was completely obliterated, turning into
Okay.
shrapnel,
Alright.
which you still have some stuck to your face and arms.
Pull it out in case they're tracking the shrapnel.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Patty's
okay.
exposed now, just littered with tracking devices.
Well, I guess I trust our new companion person.
Let's put it this way:
Patty?
better odds than me figuring out if there's magic on that thing. I'm clueless.
Not gonna say anything.
Time
Innocent.
around strong magic people. You can sense magic.
You can taste it, can you? Is that what you... What does it taste of?
Magic.
Alright, okay. Well,
They will later call this umami.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so you guys get in your makeshift raft here then.
Mm,
Okay, so Thyber and Patty are rowing, and Grown Wolf you're steering, and Tristan is along for the ride, is what I'm hearing.
I'm the captain.
Right.
Perfect.
Thyber and Patty, you both have strength bonuses.
yeah.
Yep. Do either one of you have non-weapon proficiency in sailing?
Mm,
Nope.
Okay, good enough.
Nope.
Frienden, does Grown Wolf have a non-weapon proficiency in sailing?
No
Or
fishing,
boats.
so he's around water.
Fishing
but
is good
that's-
enough. I
yeah.
tell you what, why don't you make me a wisdom check?
Okay.
So as you drop your makeshift boat into the river, it's not rapid, but it is a lot stronger current than you at first expected. Is
I
that
failed by 1.
failed by 1? Okay, so yeah, it takes you a bit to get it down, but after being rammed across a few rocks and getting turned around a few times, you do work it out. It just takes a little bit of time. So eventually you guys are off. There are a number of rocky protrusions along the river. Fiber and Patty, though, with just their strong arms and back, are able to avoid most of them either by pushing off against them with an oar or Grown Wolf avoiding them with the tiller. So it's not bad. We're going to cut over to Jeff for a moment here, and I'm going to change our screens. Let's see here. Jeff, your character's name was?
Talina.
Kalina, you and three...
Talina.
Okay. You and
Alien.
3 other slaves have recently escaped the slavers. You are able to get out with... you'll have the weapons on your back and such. You're able to get a cache as you were leaving. So you guys have a little bit of armament. You stole some food. You've been out in the wilderness in a... actually, let's ask this, Jeff. What is the background of your character? Do you come from this area, or were you taken from way afar?
No, she's from Raddick. She's from way afar.
Yeah, okay. So you don't know this place. You don't know this place at all. All you know is that...
These are the Southlands to me.
Right. You have escaped. You have your freedom for now. You were able to get into the forest, and you have set up just a quick campsite. You had been followed initially the first few days, but over the last 3 days, it seems like you've shaken people trying to reclaim you. You've gone off today, this morning, to collect some firewood for your camp and to do some hunting, as you seem to be the more skilled of the people that you're with. And as you're coming back into camp, make me a wisdom check. So just roll d20 under or equal to your wisdom. Okay, and so how does that fare compared to your wisdom?
My wisdom is 18.
Okay, so it's a low success. So what ends up happening? I don't have a token for you yet, so I'm just going to put this generic one up here. That'll be your character for now. And you come into camp, and something strikes you as just not right when you first enter camp. Just something just gives you the feeling that just something is off kilter, something that you don't trust. So instead of just barging into the campsite, you stop at the wood line, and you stop and listen for a while, and you hear speech. Does your character speak? What languages do your character speak? Any Goblinoid or Orcish or?
I haven't gotten there yet, but I was thinking, because where she is in Raddick, she's near the the humanoids. She's on the humanoid side rather than the snow barbarian side. So she's from southern Raddick. So it wouldn't be out of the question for her to speak Hobgoblin, let's say.
All right, so let's say then that you don't recognize the words, but you recognize the speech pattern. It's a mix of Orcish and Null. And as you're coming in, you smell like the coppery tinge of blood on the air. And from the tree line, you see that there is a large contingent of Nulls that are going through your camp area. It seems that your friends, your escapees that you went out with, lie on the ground bleeding out. You don't know if they're alive or dead. The campsite is very sparse. It's just what you guys were able to, what small goods you were able to get away with, and you've been pitched here just for the last day. You tend to keep moving in case the slavers are looking out for you. So roll me a d6. Okay. They don't seem to detect you. Again, you're over here in the tree line looking out. And as this happens, the river is behind you. Let's have Grown Wolf make me you make me a dex check, and both Fiber and Patty make me strength checks, as the rapids seem to have picked up, and you're going around a very sharp corner in the river. There's rocks lining both sides. It's a particularly treacherous pass you're going through. How does
critical
that do
success
for?
on the dex, on the
I
nose?
missed mine by 3.
Okay.
So I pass mine, and I also just my favorite terrain is water, so I have survival skills in water, I would
Sure.
assume.
Between Drone Wolves seems to have mastered the tiller, and Patty being able to keep his wits about him with the oar. Thiber, you might have actually even lost your oar. Just trying to push away from a set of rocks where it cracks or breaks, so now you don't have an oar. But you make it around this corner without dashing yourselves against these rocks. Unfortunately, it does fling you across the embankment, so you guys kind of come to a quick and jarring stop. Jeff, you hear this behind you. Sound of crashing wood and some voices. And so do the gnolls. What do you do?
All right. I make a dash towards them.
Okay.
Make a dash towards them, and I'm waving and waving, and I say to them, "Knowles, coming! Knowles,
Okay.
following me! Knowles!"
What language do you say that in?
Do we have the common?
Yeah,
Because
there's trade. There's trade common.
yeah, I will use the trade because that's basically why I'm here. I was part of whatever I was from Raddick, and I got captured, separated, whatever. We can work on that. But
So, what does your
basically,
character look like?
okay.
Describe her, and this is what you guys see coming out of the wood line.
Okay, she's basically a redheaded girl. She's attractive, not knockout dead, but she's attractive. She's very athletic, and she's carrying a spear. I guess those of you who are military trained, she's carrying the spear like she knows, like she is trained in carrying a spear.
Yes, it's not tripping over it as she's running through the forest.
You know, yeah. She's in fact, I have the pass without trace thing. She's really nicely kind of, zipping out there, and she knows not to run in a straight line. She's kind of zigzagging a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys do? Person breaks from the wood line, yelling out "Knowles" in trade common.
I pull out my maul.
Yep. Your
and I
boat's
just
taken some
stand at the
damage.
ready.
You don't think it's going to be river worthy without some a little bit of work being done to it.
I speak Knoll, but mostly would prefer to avoid them.
We've already had to sneak past some. So I've lost my oar. I'm getting my bow ready.
Okay. Sounds good. Jeff, is your character running towards them or just running towards the bank so that and just warning them?
No, she's running towards them. She's
Okay.
looking at a group, and
They don't look
she
like
run
slavers.
past them or whatever, but it's a group, and
Yeah.
she's going towards them. And if things work out, or if they don't, she's going to keep on going.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. There is a group of the gnolls that are crashing through the forest behind you. Go ahead and roll initiative, Jeff, for your side. So
D20.
it's a D6. And what
Yes.
you roll, you give them, and what they roll, they give you, and that's what segment that you're able to start on. So first edition has segments. So you give them a 2, they give you a 3. So they're going to go first. So enemies start at 2, you start at 3. So they're going to shoot at you. So you had enough of a head start on them that you're a bit a ways. You also said you're zigzagging, you're weaving through the forest. So I'm going to give you some cover, which will increase your armor class. All right. But 3 of them are going to take bow shots at you. What is your armor class?
I'm unarmored, but I have a -4. I went a -4. I got 18 dex.
Doesn't matter. They all rolled like crap anyway. So the arrows come from behind her, shooting out. She's deftly zigzagging to keep herself from being a target. But you guys now see that you've got enemy fire coming in close behind her. What do you guys do? So, Jeff, your character, Talene?
Talina.
Talina. So, Talina, let's just go ahead and start with you. So, you look back, and there are 6 of these gnolls that are following you through, and you hear the rest of them back at the camp seem to be basically rousing to arms. But immediately, you've got 6 of them right behind you.
Okay. Well, why not?
Distance of 90 feet is the closest one.
Okay. I bend down, to touch the ground, and I put my fingers through the grass and the weeds, and I grab it like a clump, and I start pulling it up, and I start saying the words for entangle.
Okay. How many segments does Entangle take?
Check it out here. It's on my sheet.
Won't matter too much yet.
I'm entangle at 3 segments.
So 1, 2, 3. It'll go off on segment 6. Okay. So segment 3, those of you at the raft. What do you want to do? So if they were at 90 feet for her, they're at 120 for you. And again, they have the same advantage. They've got a lot of woods between you and them. But you can definitely see a group of 6 gnolls armed with bows and spears coming. 3 in the front have bows, 3 in the back have spears. Yeah, so
Do I have range on them? Or?
Well, it depends. Like I said, 120, so you tell me.
Okay, I think that's in 6120, so minus
Medium.
2.
Yeah. All right, now they have a little bit of cover through the woods just like Talina did, but go ahead and give a roll.
How much extra mine? Or are you just adding to their AC?
I'm going to add to their AC, yeah. Okay, so what AC does that hit?
12 will hit 3.
Oh, it hits a 3. That's going to just miss. You have your arrow flies true, but the knoll that you're aiming at ducks behind a large tree, just not because there's an arrow being fired, just during normal movement until your arrow strikes a tree. It's very close, but that is a miss. Do you have more than one shot in the first round?
Yeah, I get 2.
Yeah, go for it. Same thing. You're not calculating for the trees, Thyber. All right, that was Thyber's turn. Who wants next?
I wouldn't mind casting 3 magic missiles at their general vicinity there.
Sure.
They're in my range for that.
Okay. How many into each do you get?
So I can cast 3 at 5th level.
Okay.
However many I can reasonably hit in that. What is it it's like a 10 by 10 AOE, I think, for magic missile.
So probably the first 3 with bows are within. What's the range of magic missile? It's like right at range, isn't it? 120.
It's just about there. Yeah,
Yeah.
60 plus 10 per caster level, I think.
So the first 3 that are slightly ahead of the group, you can hit all 3 of those. If you want to put one into
Perfect.
each.
That's what I'll do.
All right. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright, roll that 3 times.
3, 4, and 3. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Well, your magic strike true. They definitely come up short. You hear them bark or howl in pain.
Yeah,
No one.
I yell in Knoll, "Go home! There's no place like home."
You speak Knoll?
I do. I legit do.
All right. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I was not going to do a morale check on them because nobody's dropped yet. But if you speak Null, go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
Okay. All right. What is my chop? It is.
I set it at a high. If you make a high success,
Okay.
I'll force a.
It is a crit success.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll force a morale check on this group then.
Plus the magic, right?
Yeah. The magic of punnery.
Okay, so that gives them pause, actually. So the three that were hit kind of like they put up their hand for the ones behind it. It seems like they've stopped to discuss. So it gives Talina some time to get to the bank. So that'll happen on the next round. What else is everyone else doing? So Thiber and Grownwolf have gone. Patty and Tristan, what are you guys doing?
Oh, first Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
When he does the magic missile,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn. She's gonna turn and look at him
Okay.
and kind of give him a little bit of a smile, but almost like it's like, okay, I pegged you, so you're a mage. You know, 'cause-
I give you a look back that says, mm-hmm.
The look that says, I kill you first. No. All right, Patty, Tristan, what are you guys doing?
You said they're 125 feet away?
120 to the closest group.
120. Okay. Does charging go by my running distance?
Yes. So if you're charging, you can double your move.
I would like to charge.
Okay, what is your
Is the
move?
boat pulled over?
It's crashed to the bank. And it's
It's
taken some
100.
damage.
It's 150 feet with.
Oh, wow. So you can make it, actually.
Yeah, for running. Yeah.
Love it.
So, all right, Maul's already out. I
Wow.
was ready to go before combat started.
This will be interesting. This will be interesting because Talina's spell is going to go off in a few segments, and you're going to be in the midst of them. So you charge them while they're like,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a +2 to hit, right?
Yes, but you're also AC down on their
Yep.
next. Yeah.
So to hit modifier 2 damage.
and she's like, wait, hold on, wait. Oh well.
I think I hit something.
Oh, you definitely hit something. You
think I
killed
hit
something,
it.
actually. I'll say you killed this. Yeah, just
Paste
a
it.
paste, exactly. Do you have more than one attack on your first round?
No, I only have one attack a turn.
Okay, so you're in the midst of them. Yeah, so they see this hairless barbarian run into them. Actually, Talina, as this guy runs by, you are actually taken back just a bit. You're still casting your spell, but this is one of the barbarian giants that the slavers were using as muscle. You could, as he was running by, you can tell that his lips used to be sewn shut, although they've been cut off now. He's got that same hairless, bronzed look. These were the heavies that the slavers used to control the slave population. This is one of them. And he just ran into the forest, smashing this knoll. So that's what you saw. Tristan.
Well, fortunately, I couldn't understand the pun that was told, so I don't shoot my arrows into the bottom of the boat, drowning us all. So I would just fire off my longbow towards them.
Sure.
Knolls in the distance there.
Yeah. What 120, whatever that's going to give you for.
Yeah, that's medium range for me. So, a longbow. Yeah.
You are firing in. Well, actually, yeah. No, you can shoot further back if you want. You don't have to fire into the group that Patty just ran into.
Well, yes, I'm not intending to
Yeah.
hit my.
Okay, so you hit one of the ones in the back.
That is a 4. Well, that would be a 4, not
sure.
a medium range. So.
So you hit
Oh,
what?
armor class 4.
Armor class 4. Actually, that is going to miss because of the woods, but just barely. It's very close. Do you have more than one shot in the first round?
I mean, I've got a rate of fire of 2 on the bow, so I assume
Yes.
that
So
applies.
big.
Wow.
God, why
Oh
is it
my
so
God.
big?
Patty just got huge.
I couldn't move it. The one that was on the map. I'm so sorry.
It's all
Thank you. I'm over here.
And that one will hit.
That one
a
will
3,
hit.
so-
Yes. Okay, you strike one in the second rank, so this one right here is struck. You do 6 points of damage.
Mhm.
6 points of damage. Okay. All right, so now Talina's spell's going to go off. What range do you have? So they were 90 feet behind you. I got to figure how much they're going to catch.
Yeah, 8 inches.
Okay, so it's going to be, and you're kind of just doing center of mass, I guess, the center of them.
Right.
So
right.
1, 2, that's going to get the whole. All right. Read off what the spell does.
Okay. see here. By means of the spell, the druid is able to cause plants in the area of effect to entangle creatures within the area. The grasses, weeds, brush, and even trees warp, twist, and entwine about the creatures, thus holding them fast for the duration of the spell. If any creature in the area of effect makes its saving throw, the effect of the spell is to slow its movement by 50% for the spell's duration. So save for half. You're not held. You're at 50% movement.
None of them passed it. Go ahead, Patty. Make a save versus spell.
Okay. Boop. I
You make
pass
it.
it.
So you're half rate. Everyone else is held, correct? All right.
Yep.
Yeah. So that
Party
happens.
time.
That happens on segment 6. Okay, so all the trees and the grass kind of entwine and hold the knolls. Patty, you're just strong enough or you sidestep some of it, and so you're bound a little bit by the grass that's growing under your feet, but you're not held by the big tree limb, so you still have some movement. So that is first round. Patty, why don't you roll for your side? Is anyone casting?
I think that's all I can do in range casting wise right now.
Simultaneous.
Yeah. Okay, this is where weapon speed matters for various things. Okay, so it is simultaneous. Do they get to check each round, Jeff, or if they fail, they're just held until the duration?
It says held till duration, 1 turn.
Okay, for a turn. Okay, good enough. So, Patty, if you want to start it, you can. So you can move. I mean, you're still bound. It's slowing you down, but these knolls are completely caught up.
I'm just, I still have a movement, even when halved, of 37.5 feet, so I'm just gonna look around after, like, kicking vines off my feet and just see that, like, they're all bound up, and just
Patty's not about vines. He's about that
just
TikTok,
walk
you
up
know?
to one, and I'm just hauling off and swinging.
Yeah, don't roll damage. It's bound. It can't move, so
Oh,
you
okay.
just coup de grace. That's fine. Yep. Patty, you do hear the sound of like crashing through the brush that more seem to be coming. Do you have multiple attacks this round?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so you just get rid of one of them then. You just crush his skull while he's stuck to a tree. So like on my movement, they're just the people in the other gnolls in the camp are just taking movement forward. You're still pretty far from them, so that's all I can really do. So what do the rest of you want to do? Talina, you're. Go ahead, Garnwolf. Yeah.
Are any of the ones that moved, like what's current range on the closest ones?
The only thing that you can see are the ones that seem to be bound up in trees and grass. You can't see the ones coming; they're still too far away. But you can hear them. They're yapping and yelling. There's like a war horn being blown back there somewhere.
Okay, so we're still probably about 120 feet away if we haven't moved.
You're 120 from the group that's being held and bound to the trees and grass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move with get closer so that way I can cast something else next round. So I'll move my max movement range, which is I think I'll double check it, but it's enough to get within casting range next time.
Sure. Yeah. I'll let you take care of that. So, Jeff, what's your character doing? You just cast. You're about midway between these people in a boat and the gnolls that were following you behind. But again, you have to pause for a moment to think that was one of the slavers' giants that just ran by you.
Right. And I'm looking at I know how long my spell will last. I know the parameters of it.
Mm-hmm.
So going in that direction to where they're bound up, using my spear, and I'm not going to get any farther than the outside range of the spell. I'm going to be right at the border of the spell. I'll use the reach of my spear to take out those I can, because eventually this is going to stop, and they're back to chasing me again. So I need to take out the enemy while I can.
All right, so you want to backtrack to where they're bound up, and you want to kill them with your spear.
Right.
What I'm hearing.
What's the out of character? are there going to be chances that the gnolls that are coming are going to run into this entangle since it's already in
Possible.
effect?
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, you
So
won't, you don't
yeah,
know, but the next question though is that you were 90 feet away. So what's your movement? Can you actually get to them?
my movement is, I can run for 120.
Yeah, you can get there.
My
Then if you
normal is 60.
okay, so
I
then if
can
you
run.
wanted to charge an attack, since you know they're immobilized, then you can get there and spear one this round.
Yeah, and it's your call as to how many I could spear because I figure I'm using the reach of my spear not to get myself entangled into that because I'm not
S-
going to run into the entangle.
since it's a segment
And
round, it depends on how many attacks you get. I think as a cleric, well, you're fighter, so do you get more than one attack in your first combat segment?
no,
Yeah.
I have specialization, but that's with the dagger.
Right. Okay,
But
so then you can
with
only
my
get
spear,
one. So you'll run up
yeah,
and you'll impale and kill one of them. So you're up next to Patty, and again, you're up really close now. And this is absolutely one of the giants that the slavers used as muscle. But he seems to be quite happy killing these gnolls. So that's your turn. Who wants next?
I'm just going to be covering them with arrows again. So
So you want to just cover? You want to just you
Yep.
can actually hold your action with the arrow knocked. That's fine.
Did I have room for me to close, or am I still too far away?
What's your movement? You're 120, so if you can get there in a charge,
I got standard move. Running is 120.
then yes, you can get there in a charge.
Okay, then I'll charge with the two-hander.
Okay. I'm going to say though that Fiber, you don't know about the spell that was cast since it was cast in the wood line. So make me a wisdom check as you're coming up to it to see whether or not you blunder into it.
That's a 6 of 10.
You're okay then. So you come up short. You see that these gnolls are bound by vines and grass. If you wanted to coup de grace one, you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Well, is there any that are more of a threat?
They're all equally bound, but you do hear like the sound of a war horn, and you hear more of these gnolls coming. You just can't see them just yet.
Okay, then I'm going to slaughter what I can to try to
Okay.
hopefully scare the others off.
One attack on your first segment.
Yep.
Okay, so one more dead. And I'm just saying that you're staying clear of the vines. You're just kind of, you reach out with your sword and just kind of impale one. Grownwolf, what are you doing? Oh, actually, you move forward.
Yeah, I moved 60 of my 120 max if I ran because I
All right.
don't want to be in melee, but I want to be.
Gotcha.
close
So I'm just going to kind of put you behind
Perfect.
Fiber there. Tristan, you weren't moving forward, so you're staying at the boat. I'm going to keep you
I
down
guess
there.
I can move slightly forward as well, actually.
Yeah, you can move your normal move and then still have an arrow knocked. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So yeah, I will get out of the boat, which might capsize without all of the other people who know
Yeah.
how to use the boat.
Well, the boat is actually it's been grounded to the bank, so
I
like
don't know
it's
about
yeah.
boats.
All right, yeah, fair
Tristan
enough.
doesn't know about boats. It might fall over. It might drown me. I
Might
don't know.
explode.
Okay.
Exactly. Who knows?
We've had worse luck.
Next round, Fiber, why don't you roll for your side? Is anyone casting this round? Again, you cannot see the next wave coming, but you can certainly hear them. No casting. Okay, so Fiber, you rolled a 2. They rolled a so they're going to go first. They're going to go on a 2, and you're going to go on segment 6. So they're going to go first, which just means that this first wave is going to break through the forest, and you guys can see them coming up at a distance of 90 feet behind. So you can just see them through the wood line coming up. It looks like another 5 or 6 moving up. That's their action, is basically just to move. These guys are going to also move. So that happens at a 2. Segment 6. So the people that are here now, Fiber, you're here. Jeff's character, you're here. And Patty, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do? There's still 2 of these gnolls that are bound.
I
And
They
Patty,
sit
you're
my
still
right
in the
on
area of
attack
effect, so
round.
like you're still
Yep.
bound up a little bit. Just
Yep.
as a reminder. So
Can
Fiber.
I make it?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Say
Uh,
it's my 2 attack round if I can take both of those out.
yeah, if you want to take your action first, go ahead.
Yeah, say if there's 2 bound, it's my 2
Yep.
attack round, so I can just.
Yeah, so
cover.
you just kind of go around the edge of the entwining, and just kind of jab your sword into them, neck or head, whatever, and just take them out. Patty,
Yeah. How far away is this right here?
90.
This spot. 90
90,
feet?
but that's if you go through the middle of all these entwining things,
Okay.
which you don't have to roll again, but you're at half your movement to do it.
Yeah, so I can't do that. I'm just gonna slowly walk through it, like the 37-ish feet.
Sure.
Get probably about there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like snarling at these gnolls as they get nearby. Can I try and do this as like a barbarian leadership check?
No, not really.
Okay,
This wouldn't.
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
All
yeah,
right. So you're
that's
just moving forward through all the entwining. Okay. Good
Yeah,
enough.
foaming at the mouth, and brandishing the maul. And...
Sure. Talina's there too. Talina, what do you want to do? You also see the rest of the gnolls, or at least another squad coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back to the edge of the to the river's edge.
Okay.
Um,
I'll put you where Tristan is then.
basically to receive them in case whoever makes it through the entangle.
All right. So Tristan, this strange woman comes down to the bank side where you're just leaving your impromptu ship from. Let's see, Thyber, you killed the 2 that were there. So Groanwolf, you stepped close. You got closer.
Yeah, last round I did. I want to get a little bit closer, like 10 exact feet closer. They'll be within range of sleep then.
Ooh, nice.
And,
Okay.
And I'm going to cast sleep on the group that's emerging from the forest.
All right. Since you have to move to do it, you can't cast this round. Can't cast the
right.
move same round. So you do get closer. Let's say you skirt the edges of this entanglement.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Tristan, you were still kind of holding an arrow knocked. Talina just came pretty close to just kind of hanging out by you there. Is there anything you want to do, or do you want to keep? You don't have any targets that you can see.
Yeah, if there are targets, then shoot them down. Why would I not do that?
Yeah. So no targets that you can see yet. Too far away.
Are they?
Well, they're 90 from the center, so they're 100. They're 210 from you. Do you have that kind of range?
Okay. I mean, that is extreme, just at the edge of my long range. But
Well, if you
I'll
want to
take
take a shot, you can see the
not if
motion.
not if they're at that sort of range. No.
Okay. We will go to new round then. Their round was movement. Grunwolf, why don't you roll for your side? And is anyone casting this round?
I will be casting, I think, this round.
You're going to cast, okay. So you're going to go on 6, they're going to go on 1. And there. Okay, so these guys that were 90 away, I'm going to make a wisdom check to see if they notice the trees moving around. No, they do not. They move through the center right at Patty. So, Patty, you're actually acting as a lure.
I love that.
2 of them, however, can still move. So these 2 can still move. The 3 on the very edge here are caught up. All right, so these that can
they're
still
so
move,
close.
they will get their attack on you, Patty, as they close. They notice the brambles catching at their feet, but they're too enthralled to take out you. Maybe 50, 17, 20. What's your AC? They hit AC 3.
2.
Oh, they miss. Oh, okay. So they lash out. They've got spear and shield is what they've got on them. The 3 in the back are pulled tight to trees and held. Okay, I've got some more movement going on here. some movement going on here. Okay, so that's their turn. Let's go ahead and Patty, you're right there. So let's take you first.
I'm gonna hit one of the ones that can still move.
Okay.
Just gonna haul off and hurt them. Hopefully. 12.
What does that hit AC wise?
4, I think is what that says.
Yeah, okay, so that's just going to miss. He intercepts it with his shield.
Okay.
All right, Thiber, you're there as well, but you're just on the outside of this. This red circle is where the tangling is going on. So what do you want to do?
Do I have any other targets at the moment?
Well, you've got these 3 in the back that are bound. Make me a wisdom check. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's not how it works in this. Roll me a d6. Okay. Yeah, so this is what you see. There's 2 that are still like forcing themselves through the underbrush and are attacking Patty. 3 of them are held fast to trees in the back, and that's what you see.
I will rush towards the ones in the back, start packing them down.
Are you going through the area, or are you going to skirt around?
Skirt around.
Okay, then you can reach them easily enough. And same thing, they're basically held. They can't move, so you can just kill one.
Okay.
All right, so Grown Wolf, actually, I should have taken you first since you were casting. What do you want to?
Sorry.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
So I have a 15-foot AOE on sleep, so I think I'm going to target the 3 over here.
All right,
to the
before you
right
do
of
that,
Patty.
roll me
Yeah.
a d6.
Okay.
Okay. No, that's good. You are not surprised. There's a group sneaking in off to the edge of the wood line. One of them steps on a small branch, drawing your attention.
Okay.
So there's a free group over here to the right or to your left. So, do you want to change your targets?
Can I reach them? I can cast about, I think it's like 80 feet away.
They're within 60.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll go for the ambushers.
Okay.
I'll roll my 44. Only 5 worth of HD.
5 hit dice worth. Okay, so that's going to affect 2 of them.
Okay. I'm going to yell to the ones that are by Patty in Nolish. Your friends seem to have taken a nap. If you wouldn't like yours to be of the dirt variety, you should run now.
Since you know Noel, here I'll do a. The third one runs into the tree line.
Such an intimidating wayfish elf in cloak, you know.
Well, 2/3 of his party dropped, so yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
goes. Back at the water line with Tristan and Talina, let me have both of you guys roll a d6. Okay, not surprised. Still fairly far off from you, but there is a set of gnolls creeping up along the shoreline about 180 away. Again, just the sound of a twig breaking or something. You're hypersensitive. You look in that direction, and you can just barely see movement as they're trying to creep through the tree line. Otherwise, the ones up here haven't moved, so those are still, 100, 170 away from where you... Well, no, you move forward. We'll say they're still within 120. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to prepare to cast.
Okay. What are you casting?
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire. How many segments is that?
Fairy Fire is 3 seg.
3? All right.
3.
Okay, yeah. So that'll go off on segment 8. You guys are on segment 5 right now. I'll let you cast it this round. At the beginning of the round, when I ask if people are casting, just as per like first edition rules, you just have to tell me that you're casting. You don't actually have to say what spell it is until you come up in the initiative. So we'll just assume that you did say you were casting.
What I was assuming is because it was a new threat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I didn't. I was my plan wasn't to cast, and then I have this new thread right on us.
Okay, that's fine.
So I
Then that
figured-
your casting will happen next round. Then we'll just do it 3 in from the next round. That'll be fine. So yeah, you go ahead and you essentially change your action and you start casting. It'll go off 3 segments into the next round. Tristan, what are you doing?
Well, I've got these arrows ready, and there's
Yeah.
people advancing from a different
Yes.
direction now.
Yeah. They're pretty heavily in the foliage, so they're going to get a little bit of cover from that, but they are within your range.
They're still a way out, though.
Yeah.
I can move and longbow
Shoot.
at the same
Yes,
time,
as long as
can't
you
I?
don't
It's just
double move.
casting that
Yeah,
is
it's just
really
casting.
that, isn't it? So yeah, I can move 40 foot and put them at my medium range
Okay.
and do that. So yeah, I mean that's a long way. So pew, take a longbow shot to nothing at all, to the tree.
Okay. You have multiple shots in a
And then-
round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and still take nothing to nowhere.
Right.
No, you were there.
Yeah, they do note that you're there, that you know they're there. Good enough. So has everyone had a chance to go then? I think, yeah, that's everybody.
think so.
So next round, let's have Tristan. Why don't you roll for your side?
Because I've rolled a 1.
Because that's why. Ah, simultaneous. Okay. All right. So what happens then? This group over here know that you're onto them, so they run. They double run forward, which they will not be able to enter melee with you, but they're going to be a mere 30 away from you when they end their movement. This one over here, these two are still asleep. One of them ran away though, so there's nobody in there. So really the only thing that you still see are the 2 in here that are on Patty and the 1 here that's still stuck to the tree. So let's start with Patty. Got 2 on you, Patty, and they're going to get their attacks too, so I'll go ahead and roll for them.
Whack.
20. That's going to hit one of them. Damage 5. It's not going to kill it. Oh, that's definitely going to hit you, though. Take 5 points of damage. The same one that you hit you. The second one just missed you outright, but is going to try and flank you so that they can get a bonus next round. Thyber, you're still on the
Now-
outside. Sorry, go ahead.
With flanking, is that attacking from behind?
No, it just means that they'll both get a bonus to attack you. Well, I mean,
Okay, so
they
they're just-
could be thieves or assassins. You're not sure. If they are,
Well, I just need to know if they're attacking from behind, I have a counterattack ability.
gotcha. Okay, I'll let you know if that's what's happening. But right now, they're just getting better position on you. Thyber.
Okay.
2 attack round. I'll swing around the outside and get the other 2.
So you want to just kill off the last of the 2 that are bound here. Okay.
Yep.
Good enough. That is that. Grown Wolf, you're still here too.
Yeah.
Again,
So I wasn't sure if I should say I was going to cast or not.
Oh,
if
sorry,
Only
yeah.
because.
I didn't ask. My fault. So you go right
No,
ahead.
no, you're good. And I actually had a question before I could announce it.
Sure.
So the ones that moved forward and got within 30 feet, is that 30 feet of Jeff and that character, or 30 feet of me as well?
No, you're still
I'm
in.
still far
yeah,
away,
you're still
right?
far
Yeah,
away.
okay.
Right.
Okay, in that case, I am going to move towards the group that is moving on Jeff's new character,
Okay.
and be prepared to cast next round since I can't
Sure.
cast
Yeah.
soon.
So you just take a full move then.
Yeah,
Which will
yeah.
get you back to where. Where
Pretty
where
much
they
where I
are.
started. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
and that's
okay,
where they are
okay.
now.
Perfect. Okay, that's me.
All right, so this group now, since it's simultaneous, are going to enter melee with everyone that was here, except for, I'm going to say, Grown Wolf comes in like right at the end of this because you do have to move before anything else happens. So they're going to come in. What I'm going to do here is the extra attack. I'm going to just roll a D2. A 1 is Jeff's character. A 2 is Tristan.
I mean, not to screw myself over, but I advanced closer. So
You
that
advanced
they could-
closer.
So,
So they-
either they are closed with me or with.
2 of them are going to close with you. 1 of them is going to go around and close with Jeff's character. All right, so the 2 on you. 1 of them's going to hit you. Again, shield and spear. 7 points of damage as they thrust out with the spear.
Ow!
You do get your action, so if you want to take it now, go ahead.
I mean, I've got my longbow in my hand. I'd rather use that than swap out my weapon, even if it is.
If you drop your weapon, you can draw an attack in the same round. So, like, you're not carefully putting away your blow, you're dropping it to the ground.
You know, I have sentimental attachment to this bow, and I might damage it. No, I'll drop it and draw
Alright.
a short sword, I guess.
All right, go ahead and make an
While
attack.
He's attacking me. Yep, I'm just pushing the button. I miss horribly. I'm
Sure.
concerned about my bow on the floor.
You draw your weapon, slash, jumps back. Your fairy fire hasn't gone off yet. And here's the interesting thing about segments in first edition. So if you get hit and take damage before your spell goes off, it does negate your spell. So there's the one that's on you, Jeff, is going to dismiss. So it does not interrupt your spell. Your spell now goes off on segment 3. And what does fairy fire do?
Okay, sorry about that. Somehow you froze. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable, so I don't know what
You're okay. We can hear you fine.
the heck people are doing up there in the house. Anyway, when the druid casts a spell, she outlines an object or
Uh-oh. Oh, he did freeze. Hopefully he'll come back.
You cast sleep on the enemy.
creature
Oh,
with a pale
I'm so sorry.
creatures can be covered.
All right, sorry, Jeff. You froze for the first bit of what you're saying. So how many targets does it cover?
But one must be fully outlined before the next is begun. But one must be fully outlined. Because it would normally cover one man-sized person.
Okay. So there's one on you, and there's 2 on Tristan. Which one do you want to cover?
So at my level, I would say 3.
Okay. So you want to cover all 3 then. All right. So the 3 are highlighted in fairy fire. So that happens there. And I think that's it. I don't have any more attackers on my side. So we're in the next round now. And let's have Dion.
Okay.
3? Okay. Is anyone
3.
casting this round?
Yeah, I'm casting this round.
Okay. Again, simultaneous round. Everyone's going on segment 3. So let's do the battle over here with Patty and the other 2. So let's go ahead and do that first. Patty, if you want to make your attacks.
Whack.
Okay.
I'm
Even-
hitting the same one I almost killed.
Even with flanking, only one of them hits you. So you're going to take from the one that
Alright.
you hit before is going to hit you again for 10 points this time. And you said you hit
Ooh.
the same one you hit
Ooh.
before?
Yeah.
So that one goes down. You cut him down even as he thrusts forward at the same time that he is extinguished. How does that do you for hit
Bloody
points?
is less than half.
There's no such thing as bloody in first edition.
Or
No, there's no
oh,
bloody.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'm less than half. I
Okay,
would
no, you're
say
fine.
I'm,
Yeah.
4th edition terminology.
43 pokes until death.
43 folks. Okay, Thyber. Patty just took a pretty big wound to the side with the spear. You're still skirting the outside of this foliage overgrowth. What do you want to do?
I'm going to pull my patented move and throw my 2-handed sword at him.
2-handed sword throw. Right. It's a missile
Love it.
throw, but you'll do your strength bonus as damage.
You hear Grown Wolf yell,
Here's
"Don't
my
forget,
longbow for the attack. 'Cause it's
Okay.
my dead.
Yeah, that's fine.
we have a ton of rerolls."
Oh my gosh, it hits.
yeah!
Yes,
Oh my
and here's my
God.
damage.
You hurl your 2-handed sword. It flips end over end, and it impales itself right in the thing's
Wow.
head, and it goes down. Amazing.
I'm 3 for 3 now.
All right.
Wow.
Meanwhile, at the beach, Tristan, Grown Wolf, and Talina. This all three of you are up now. The three creatures that are here, there's one on Talina, two on Tristan, Grown Wolf, you're free. And they are all highlighted in this fairy fire.
Yep. I'm gonna cast Stinking Cloud. It takes 2 segments.
Okay, now you're going to catch them in it. There's no way not to because they're in melee.
Okay.
It's okay if you still want to do it. I'm just saying there's no way to differentiate. You're going to catch the people that are in melee. All of them.
Shoot. You know what? I'll probably pass on that then.
Okay.
With that in mind, I'm gonna move to and through the thicket as fast as I can, and with my movement, I should be able to get there if I double time it.
Oh, you're already there. No. Oh, you want to go back to the thicket?
Yeah, it's because I'm next round. Once I make it through, I'm gonna heal.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you dash away.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I was gonna cast a stinker of a cloud, but there's nothing I can do here. You're in this yourselves, and I fuck off basically.
All right. Well, Richard, you've got 2 on you, so let's take you first.
Wave my fist at the retreating Grown Wolf.
I'm a healer now. I say as I'm running away.
Get back over here and heal me.
And they're going to
All
get
right,
their
well-
hits on you too. So yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Oh, one of them hits you for sure. The other one does not.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not how this works. I should be the one who is having people to gang up on. Nice.
He's going to do 6 points to you.
Jeez.
What do you
Right,
do
okay.
in return?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
definitely. I guess a 19 hits.
Yes, it
So, yeah.
does. These guys are unwounded yet, so that does do damage, but it does not take him out. All right. Talina, you're up. You've got 1 on you, 2 on this other person that may or may not be a slaver.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, Gator. Okay. Switching the guns. So I'm gonna go
Okay.
dagger.
All right, yeah. You pull your dagger. Go ahead and make your attack. They've got the fairy fire on them, so if that gives you a bonus to hit them.
Actually, I have my spear with me, so it would be kind of silly.
Okay. Spear away.
All right. So let's see here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, do your damage.
All right.
So there's no crits in first edition. That's a good solid hit, Jeff, but there's no crits. So there's no extra. But go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Let me get this up here. Just 1 second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to make the attack on you, which might hit depending on what your AC is. So that hits, and then you do 3 points of damage to the one that's on you. Okay. It's not enough to kill it, but you do
3
damage
points.
it. And what is your armor class?
Okay. I only had the armor class 4 negative.
You have an armor class of 4?
He's got an
I think he's talking about his his
So I'm
Exit
seven.
4 from Dex.
Okay, yep. Well, with the fairy fire, it's just going to miss you, so its counterattack misses. All right, yeah, so that's the simultaneous round. Grown Wolf, you're like, just a minute, and you run back to the other group.
Absolutely.
All right,
Feels
so I
in
assume since you'll be in range this round, you're going to heal, so you're going to cast this round?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Since you're still in combat, Jeff, I assume you're not casting. Casting in combat is, you can do it, but it's chancy. All right, so let's have Jeff. Why don't you roll a d6 for your side?
Oh.
Wow, another round of simultaneous
There it is.
combat. Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of Grown Wolf first. So yeah, you
Okay.
get to the spot. You don't see any other enemies around, but it looks like Patty is pretty badly hurt. He's still all bound up in This foliage, though, what range do you have on your healing?
It is, I believe it's touch for cure light wounds, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
touch.
you got to get in there to be
Yeah.
able to heal him. So if you want to do that, make a save versus spell. If you pass, you can get there with your half movement.
Save this a spell. Oh, where is that? There we get it. There it is.
You make it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can go ahead and heal. How much do you heal for?
1d8. RD8. I walk up to you and I say, I'm really new to this. I don't know if it works. You're the first person I'm doing it to. I saw an opportunity and I took it. Thank you. And I heal for 3.
3 points of healing, Patty.
A little spear wound that was like squirting blood a second ago just stops squirting blood and like slowly starts healing up a little.
Don't pick the scab. I think that's important. I'm not
All right.
sure.
Patty and Thyber, there don't seem to be any other enemies here. What do you guys want to do?
Do I hear commotion coming from over yonder?
Yeah, I'm gonna say so.
I'm
Throw me
charging.
my sword.
Okay. Oh yeah, Thyber's sword is still here in the moving vegetation, so he's calling out, "Throw me my sword!"
I stop before I charge. I look at the sword. I pick it up and I toss it over his way.
Sure.
And then I charge.
All right, so you still are going to be half movement because you got to get out of the range of this
Mhm.
first. So if you charge,
Would it be half my running?
yeah. So let's say half. What's your? Well, no. What's your standard movement?
My base is 15.
All
so
right.
75.
So you'll be able to get there regardless, because barbarians run fast. You will not be able to engage, but you can get down to the beach. So Patty runs for the beach.
That's fine.
Fiber,
Let's go to
your
the
sword
beach,
has been
beach.
hurled
Let's go get out.
outside the grasping vines. What do you want to do, Fiber?
Sorry, I had a kid come in here with a lost tooth and bleeding everywhere.
Nope. That's normal.
What's this? I'm going to charge whatever I see that's closest and go around the edge of.
All right. So basically, you're going to run down to the beach too. It's too far away for you to be able to engage, but you can run down to the beach. All right. So at the beach, Tristan, you still have 2 on you. Go ahead and make your attack. It's a simultaneous. They'll make theirs.
Yes,
What's your AC?
I have an AC of 5.
They're going to miss. They're all highlighted and having a hard time seeing through the glow that's around them as well.
So what does the highlight actually do? Does it
Makes it
give
easier for
bonus
you to hit
hits?
them. And it
What
also
bonus is
blinds,
that?
blinds them a little bit. So go ahead and make your attack. That'll hit. You're gonna hit the same one you've already
I'm hitting
wounded.
the same wounded one, yeah.
In
so
which case it goes
2
down.
points.
So it's +2 to hit,
Yeah.
actually.
Plus
+2
Alright,
to hit.
cool.
Yep.
I'll factor that in next time.
So one goes down.
Alright.
So you've got 1 on you, and Jeff, you've got 1 on you. It's gonna attack. You can go ahead and make your attack as well. It's gonna miss you.
Okay. Yep.
Got it, Jeff. There it goes.
Uh,
It's gonna miss. Yeah, 6 is low, even with the bonus.
Yep.
All right, so now everyone is back down at the beach. I guess Grunwolf, you're gonna follow after you
Sure.
heal. So
Yeah.
you'll be you'll be the furthest away, but you're heading back down that way as well. So new round, and I believe this is 10. So this is gonna go away down here. It's been a turn. Let's have Dion roll a d6 for your side.
There's a maiden
4.
being accosted at the beach.
Okay, so they go on 4. You guys go on 6. With all of you guys on the beach now, and there's only 2 of them left. I'm gonna do a morale check. All right, they both fail. So The one on you, Tristan, is not even going to try for a fighting retreat. It's just going to run. So go ahead and make an attack if you wish as it tries to run away from you.
I might as well. Why not? I mean, oh, not that one. That's a longbow. Don't use that. No, I wave. I have so much blood loss that I wave vaguely in its direction.
Talina, the one on you also breaks and run. So if you want to take a shot at it as it runs away, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna in disgust, I'm gonna throw down my spear and throw 3 daggers at it. real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hit. 5 points of damage. And can you throw multiples in a round?
Yeah, 3.
All right. Go ahead for your next ones. Oh, there we go. So 1 hits. Oh, wait, 2 of them hit. 1 of them misses. Okay, and that's actually enough to kill it. So before it gets away, you drop it. So Patty and
Yeah.
Thyber.
I would like to follow this knoll to the ends of the earth and murder it because I can outrun
Yeah,
it.
you can definitely outrun it. So if you want to run it down, charge it, attack, you can.
Yeah. Just totally charging and everything.
I see you do that. I see you do that. And I'm like, I could totally do that too if I wanted to. I'm just,
Is it
it's so sweaty
still
today.
lit
It's
up
muggy.
with fairy fire?
It is +2 bonus to the attack.
Oh, plus the charge.
That's going to hit,
That's-
and that's going to slay it. I mean, you basically just trample the thing. Yeah,
I should
it's
skull under
down.
my foot. And just
Okay.
I mean, I did warn them like 3 times in Knoll to just like go away. I feel as though we did our due diligence.
So Grown Wolf, so we're just bringing up the end of it. Tristan looks to be pretty bad off. He's been
Okay.
gouged with the spear several times. If you want to do anything about that, otherwise we can just end combat.
So this is only the second time I've played cleric in AD&D First Ed. Is it like spells where I can only cure light wounds once? Or can
Yeah,
I keep going?
you can only do it
Okay.
once. So if you,
That's-
unless you've got it memorized more than once.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I look at you and I'm like, you look like you had yourself under control, Patty. Really bloody. Next time I'll prioritize you. It's kind of like once per battle, the favored son thing. Next time it's you. How about that?
All right, so it's quiet. You don't hear any more clarion calls of horns in the distance. You don't see any more kobolds around except for the bodies that are laying here. Talina, I mean,
Wait, kobolds?
not kobolds, sorry, gnolls.
Right, no.
Gnolls,
Right, okay,
yeah.
I was just checking there wasn't a second secret force.
I shrunk them.
Yeah.
That changes the dynamics of the battle entirely, and it's much more hilarious.
Ooh, we got a healing thing.
Somebody just got healed.
All right, yeah, somebody.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, if you want to take it, Tristan.
Thank you very
Tristan.
What have I got as my... It's a hit die worth.
It's a hit die worth, yep.
It's...
Plus you're gone.
It's a D6 for me. Yay. Thank you very much. Yay! One!
You do a bump real quick,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I feel
If
a
you
little better.
do you have a
Yeah.
con bonus?
No. I do
No.
not.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
No, don't get that back.
You feel exactly 1% better. No.
No, I feel
1
3%
There we
better.
go. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Well, let's go to Talina. I mean, how do you want to handle this? There is definitely one of this party is part of the slaving guild that picked you up. The rest of them don't appear to be, although Fiber is an orc. Or a half orc, right? Half orc, right.
Okay. Yeah, well, being that she was a soldier before,
Yeah.
She served with a lot, so half orcs don't bother her at all. The giant, yeah, she's wary of him. She's going to be wary of him. But they were in battle together,
Mm-hmm.
so that's something for him. in her eyes.
And it doesn't look like they're
But
about to clap manacles on you right now either.
yeah, so that's cool. She's going over and she's she's pulling her daggers and cleaning them off. And she actually will go and thank them for their help
Okay.
because they did help her. Her first intention was to run faster than them, so that way she doesn't have to face the gnolls. But but she decided, that they helped her and everything, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, running probably would have been smart, but we tend to just kill things even when it's a bad idea.
Yeah, well, what stopped her was the water. So she figured, here we are, But plus, you all have the little PCA,
The
halo
PC
over
Halo.
Yeah, we don't have an exclamation point that indicates that we have quests or anything, so we're...
Yeah, she'll go up to everyone and she introduces herself. She tells everyone her name's Talina, and she was captured w- several weeks ago by these folks, and at first they had the inclination to use her as some type of pleasure slave, but eventually they learned their lesson. But she was still going to be sent in to do whatever they want her to do, some type of menial labor, but she and several friends of hers escaped. But while she was out gathering supplies, her friends succumbed to this attack. And in fact, if you go back over, to this little makeshift camp, you'll see several dead people, and that really, sells her story that there are several other, people. But other when you see her, she's not armored, and she has a spear and several daggers, but that's it. That's all she really has.
Yeah, we've been
Escape
tangling with...
slave?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Thiber.
Are you saying you're just an escaped slave, or what was your dealings?
Well, I'm escaped from the people who captured me. I've never considered myself a slave, but I'm trying to get. I was trying to get away from them. We were trying to get away from them. I suppose it's just me now.
We've had dealings with the slavers trying to... Not dealings with, but we've crossed paths in a negative way, let's say. And we're kind of on their heels, too. Your enemies are our enemies. We have room on the boat. What do you say? We stab some slavers together eventually. Kind of like these gnolls.
She looks around excitedly. You have a boat?
Yeah, it's crashed right over there. Hopefully it still floats.
Yeah, it's the back end of a cart that's been lashed together and tightened up. It's not really a boat, and it looks like it needs some work before it'll be seaworthy again.
I really don't appreciate you talking mad shit about our boat, GM.
Actually, that's genius. So it travels in the water and on land. Like a duck. That's an idea.
Does anybody have any non-weapon proficiencies in either like woodworking?
Oh, I do. I
Okay.
have
Survival would be fine too.
Foraging.
I have
Survival.
so
nice.
I have survival when it comes to water, landscape still.
Well, between
And
you
I have
and Talina,
carpentry.
yeah. Well, between you and Talina, you guys actually can gather, bits of wood and flotsam from the area and bind it up better with some vines. It takes you a few hours, but you can definitely get it river worthy again.
It's a cart that floats like a boat, and it's public transportation. I think I'll start calling it the BART.
So you guys were grounded about right here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say it's late. It's late afternoon. So you could either you can make camp, since there's just a camp not too far from here with a lot of bodies around it, or you can go down the river for several more hours. Up to how you guys want to do this.
I think we should
I
keep going.
agree that we should.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually, while we think about this, I'm gonna use my outdoor craft ability as a barbarian to
Mhm.
predict the weather as if a spell of the name were cast by a third level druid.
Okay. Your auguries show calm winds, maybe some rain later in the day, partly cloudy.
Should be good sailing weather.
You know, you detect magic. You can read the weather. I feel a little horned in on in my role here. I'm just gonna say, Patty.
Just you wait.
That's
Just
right.
a little bag of tricks. I can only attack something once a turn, but
Okay.
I got a
Like
little
when you
grab
predict
bag.
weather, how the busty young lady appears and she tells you the weather forecast. That's nice.
Yeah. Patty does the Vanna White thing with the hands while he's saying partly cloudy. Front moving in from west.
There's a screen of greenery, like leaves that rolls behind you for the shot.
Like, I never expected these abilities from a barbarian in my life. Like, it does make
It makes sense.
but
Yeah.
never playing first edition barbarian.
Well, just
Like,
as a
what?
general, everything in the Unearthed Arcana book for first edition is very broken. They're very powerful in comparison.
Fair.
Not as bad as the stuff from Oriental Adventures. That was way broken, but yeah, they're very powerful. So you guys get
Also
back
known
in.
as structured fairy tales, but
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So before nightfall, I assume
Sorry,
that.
while they are making the boat,
Mhm.
I'm just going to pat down the dead bodies that we've got here. Just make sure
Ah,
there are no orders or anything on them, or
Okay.
anything. Healing potions.
Armor. Do they
roll
have any
me-
leather
Oh.
armor?
roll me 10d10, Tristan. Since you're the one that said that you were checking the bodies.
10d10.
10d10.
Because you're
Come on, all ones.
10D the bodies.
I love Electrum. Electrum.
Electrum.
There's 110
Okay.
and 1-1.
No,
we'll
so
find something.
so 50 gold worth of mixed silver and copper in various
Oh.
pouches is what you find in cash. Otherwise, they do have crude hide armor, Jeff. None of it, of course, would be fitted to your size, but that's about it for armor. Now, they do have a bunch of spears and shields, though. If anybody wanted spears or shields, there's a plenty of them. Orders? No. Nothing really else on their pouch other than things like necklaces of human ears that have been dried out and adorned. A few knickknacks. One of them's got a little scroll with a hand painting from his child with mom, dad, and
So I
Oh, damn it, we
step.
didn't get the kid.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't kill the kid.
I step on the painting and I grab the ear necklace and I put it on. I'm like, the spoils of war.
No,
We're
All right.
going into civilization. You don't want to be looking.
it's going into elven civilization. I think human ears are just
Oh,
fine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Can
Maybe.
you throw spears?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. What's the range of that? I'm gonna take.
1, 2, 3.
Like, how many
Yeah.
are there that I can take?
Up to 12.
I'm gonna take like 3 or 4 spears if that's cool, and a
Mhm.
shield.
Four spears and a shield. Sure.
What's the shield bonus? A +1 to AC?
Yeah, this is not a very large shield, so +1.
Okay, I'm not gonna use it right away because I like my maul, but I have it.
Mm-hmm. So after rifling through the bodies, you float down the river. It gets late into the evening to the point where there's not a great moon out tonight. If you want to continue through the river, it will be treacherous because, again, the currents seem to go fast to slow and there are a lot of rock hazards. Do you want to risk it or do you want to pull out for the night?
I say pull out.
You should always pull out.
Yep.
So
I
you
knew- I
guys...
was waiting for.
I demand
Yeah.
you pull out.
So Tristan, you say that, and I say, well, there's always Plan B.
So you guys get to about right here where the river branches. everybody that rolled a low success on Selene knows that if you take this branch, you'll be within the Selene sphere. Like, so this town that's fairly close here is going to likely be an elven settlement as well. If you continue on the other branch, it basically goes through the woods and goes back to the Wild Coast, which is mostly orc, half orc. So yeah, but you guys get ditched right here at the Y in the river.
And with Brendan here, I'm surprised it hadn't been said yet with our destination and one of our players could say Celine and Dion.
So I'm not shitting you, Oak. Literally the first thing I thought of when Celine was the name of the town, I just couldn't find an organic way to work it in. So I appreciate you and thank you, because it's been weighing on my heart for like the hour plus that we've been playing.
Hey, we're going to Celine, Dion.
Exactly. I should have done it.
Celine Dion. Wait.
So
I'm Dion.
So you guys, you're going to camp out for the night then. You pull the boat ashore. Are you going to risk a fire? You're in fairly heavy woodland. Cursory look around, since some of you have survival, don't show any large animal paths coming down to the river, at least where you are here.
I would like to cast Outdoor Craft for Plant and Animal Detection as a 3rd level druid. Just to really make sure.
If you want to scavenge for some food by using that, there are a lot of root vegetables you can pull up. There's some berries, and there's small mammals. Like you can get some rabbit, for instance, some birds if you want.
All right.
But you can pull together enough food to feed everybody with that. Now, whether or not you want to cook it with a fire, it's up to you whether you want to risk a fire.
I elbow Tristan. I'm like, see, that's why I heal that one. Look at this. It detects, weather. It brings us food. You know how important food is to me. If you want to get healed, you better bring me dinner. It's as simple as it gets.
I found you a necklace of ears.
You know what? You did. You're priority number 1. I take it all back.
All right. So you make camp. Some of you are still wounded. Do you have any other capacity to heal? Does anybody have any healing potions, anything like that on them? I think you all are tapped. Nothing. Yeah.
I can apply first aid.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Can my character just go swimming and come back as something from unearthed again?
He's like the Victorinox switch knives that have the every function in it. That's that's what he is.
If I apply first aid to someone, they immediately get 1 HP, and then when they rest, they get 2 HP instead of 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So are you actually going to tend to people that are wounded?
Yeah, I can even do it to myself. So
Yeah.
I'll just apply first aid.
You slap a
Till
bunch
bedtime.
of herbs on the wounds and tie it up with some vines.
I spit in my hand and I rub it into someone's wound.
As the druid
Disinfected.
as the druid discovers that Goodberry is in 2nd edition.
Yeah. Yep.
More like dead and buried, because that spell doesn't exist.
So are we risking a fire or no fire tonight?
What do you guys think?
I personally would skip it, but
Let's skip it. We
'Kay.
got attacked last time. We didn't even have a fire. I don't want to risk it this time without a tracking device. They might be looking for us nearby.
All right. So are
Out of
you
character. I didn't say that. Character.
are you setting watches? 3 watches, and everybody can get enough sleep to heal the 2 hit points by morning with Patty's help.
Yeah.
I'll sit up, sure.
All right. Who's on first?
I'll go first, just to avoid the who's on first jokes.
Who's on middle?
I'll take last
Sure.
wood.
I'll
Okay.
take middle.
You're taking middle. Okay. And Thyber, you're on last. Okay.
Yeah.
Last
I
watch.
mean, sorry, I do not trust you just yet.
Oh,
You were
so
running
you're
away
going to
from the
stay.
things, but you could slit our throats, so I'll be also up on the 2nd watch.
Okay,
just
that's
to be-
fine. First and second watch go by without any problem at all. Third watch, however, Fiber, you see a fire a bit downstream So like the one going towards Corwood. So to the right there, it's like on the opposite bank of you guys, but you see a fire coming through. It's moving, so it must be like torchlight. You're guessing. Do you want to do anything? You guys didn't light a fire, so you're not obvious on the opposite bank.
I'm gonna watch. If it starts getting closer, I'm gonna rouse everybody. If not, I'm just gonna sit quietly and watch it.
Okay. Okay. It moves along. It looks like it enters the stream on another boat. You're guessing. You can't make it out other than the torchlight that just kind of snuffs out as it goes through the river. You hear the sounds of like oar being moved, and passes. I rolled a 1, so they were surprised. Didn't hear you or see you, so they just continued on their way. So come morning, everybody's up. With Patty's help, if you are injured, you gain 2 hit points back. And I guess you get back into the river. Now, here's the thing. Do you want to pass by the closest town that you're going to come to by late morning, or do you want to continue on all the way down to Selene? Now, see, some of you guys are still injured. You have minimal supplies on you. But it's up to you if you want to pass by Corwood or if you want to stop there.
Leave that up to the injured folks to decide, I think.
Yeah.
What do we know about Corwood?
It's an elven outpost, so you know that the laws there are going to be pretty well upheld. They're a trade village. I mean, they're right off this river here.
Well, I actually haven't been sold on anything, so I mean, I just assumed we're going to a place and people and.
Yeah, you have yet to find civilization since you've been yanked out of your home and brought here. So,
yeah, so and nobody's told me about the Great Quest or anything like that. So, I figured I was with you guys until we hit a big town, and then I got to go find a Walmart. But other than that,
well, Fiber, you're kind of the leader of this group. What do you think?
Yeah, Dion damn it, Patty got messed up pretty well.
Yeah, and so did Tristan. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably head to the closest settlement where we know we can rest safely.
Okay. We'll end it there tonight then. You'll reach Corwood, which is actually a fairly large town that has a good amount of what you need to resupply, etc. You guys have money on you, notwithstanding what Tristan just found. And I'm going to say that if you guys want, and I'll leave it to you guys, if you want to stay there a week or two resting up and getting information, trying to find out. Selene is a capital city, right? So maybe getting an introduction to someone to pass that information off of would not be a bad idea. But if your characters want to stay there for a couple of weeks, you can go ahead and level up if you have the experience to do so.
Nice.
I like that plan. Plus, it'll give us a chance to talk to Talina and get her in on if she wants to be a part of the broader anti-slaver campaign that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. So, Jeff, your character doesn't have banked experience yet, so you wouldn't have enough to level, but I will get the experience from the encounter that we just had, and I'll post it.
fine. That's no problem at all.
I also haven't gotten experience.
Same thing, yeah. So you'll get experience for what Patty's done to this point, but it won't be enough for you to level up a barbarian.
Right.
So where's the posting taking place?
I actually, once we drop the stream here, I'm going to get you into the group that we're doing all of this. So let's just go ahead now. We'll end the game for the night. We'll just do our outros. Richard, you got anything you want to plug?
Yes, I do. All right. If when you're eating and you're eating a taco and you're thinking, "Oh God, I could be eating healthier," remember, it's healthier than crystal meth. There you go.
Which you should never eat.
Which you should. Yeah, you should.
Wait, what?
No, grind it into your food like a spice or something. Yeah. But you can watch me play video games here on Twitch under LMTDETMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer.
No vowels.
No vowels.
Vowels.
Yeah.
No bowels.
Friendin, yeah, no bowels. That's what's going on. Friendin, what do you got going on?
Speaking of no balls, Grown Wolf and I will be no. So I'm drawing tabletop stuff. I draw for tabletop for a living on the side. You can catch me on Twitch doing that. And when I'm not doing that, I'm here with these folks playing this fine game. So thanks for having me.
Cool. Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, I play a lot of D&D, possibly too much. So on Tuesdays and on Fridays and either Wednesdays or Sundays, not sure yet, I'm going to be with Bert here doing various tabletops. Every other Monday I'm on Featherfall Tabletop doing more tabletop. And on Saturdays we're finishing up the season finale of Spaceship Zero, which is another tabletop. So on my channel, I haven't streamed yet since last time I said I was going to. Work's just been busy, so you know, real life. Boo.
Cool. Oak, what do you got going on?
Here on Tuesdays with you fine folks, as always. And Friday nights I play in a friend's 5e homebrew, and Saturday nights I run my own 5e homebrew that's a grimdark setting. It's on Twitch and YouTube.
Sounds good. Jeff, I'm going to put in... Oh, yep. Jeff, I'm going to put in your .com there, Dicey Tales, but if you want to go ahead and plug it, go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I've never done any of this before, so thank you, because it was a great. I had a good time. I had a great time. Sorry about the little, things I had with my computer. I guess I'll deal with that some way and improve on that. But yeah, I do have. It will be known as Dicey Tales Productions, but right now, if you go to RPG Drive-Through RPG. And you look up Evil DM Productions, you'll see that I have some games that I've worked on. Dicey Tales is a pulp game on the Barbarians of Lemuria system. Also for Barbarians of Lemuria, I have Legends of Steel, which is a sword and sorcery, but a comic book type of sword and sorcery. So it's like the old Conan comics and the DC Warlord comics like that. Other than that, just working on a new version of Dicey Tales. I don't have any shows. I don't do anything like that. But who knows? Maybe one day, because this was fun and I had a good time. And I hope you guys will have me back. So thanks.
Yeah.
And if you found this channel, twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder, we stream on Tuesdays, this first edition Dungeons & Dragons game, Fridays, BX Dungeons & Dragons, and Sundays, rotating. We've got a long-going Shadowrun game. We do some Gamma World 2nd Edition, going to do some GURPS, so lots of stuff going on there. I don't have any other guest appearances this week, so that's pretty much it. So check out the podcast at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. There's 11 plus years of role-playing goodness on there. But thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for playing, guys. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.